thought it was a hard-fought game. That game could have been a heck of a lot closer than it was because of mistakes we made.
Rocky, 3 weeks in a row now, back-to-back killer mistakes. I mean, it's almost inexplicable that it would happen so quickly 3 weeks in a row, isn't it? I mean, just how do you view that?
I can't explain it. And I don't have any way to explain it.
Ever seen anything like it from a team of yours?
It's hard to remember, but I don't think I've been through it before. Where 3 weeks in a row we blow up right before halftime.
The mistake by Mills in particular, is that just a bad decision on his part?
That's a terrible decision. I mean, the ball's on the sideline anyway. It's going to go out of bounds. We're going to run the clock out. We're going to go in at halftime 14-13.
And you guys coach that, right? I mean, whether to catch something like that or not.
Yeah, I'm sure he's taught not to catch. They were trying to catch that ball next to the sideline.
And DJ's fumble, again, another one that you, of all your players, not a guy that you would expect to do it.
We work on ball security every single day in practice, and we talk about it every single day.
What did you see from the defensive line of Penn State?
I think that's one of the better defensive lines we played against for the last 5-6 years. Their front four is really good, and then when they went out, the 4 other guys they put in there look pretty darn good too. So it looks like they're pretty well set for the next couple of years. I mean, that's the best front we've played against in a long time.
How much of it was their ability versus you guys not doing the things you needed? You talked about about being more physical in the second half.
Yeah, I thought we held our own better in the second half. We actually popped a couple runs, and not until the end did the quarterback get hit and cause the fumble. And I mean, we looked a little better on offense the second half, but I don't know if that was us or maybe they weren't playing as good. I don't know.
Maxwell's decision making through the game. Did you think he had enough time?
No.
Most of the time.
Anytime you get hit and it's a fumble in return for a touchdown, obviously the quarterback didn't have enough time.
But for the rest of the game, you feel like he was under pressure?
He was pressured way too much.
You guys ran DJ a lot, not as much running with the other guys. You kept him in a long time. Why was that?
Well, I don't think he got as many touches as he normally does. I don't know exactly what the stats were, but I think we only had like 20 plays at halftime. I mean, he's one of our better players. We've got to get him touches to give him a chance to make some things happen. I mean, we had ran a few more plays in the second half, but I'll bet you we're under 60 plays.
Yeah.
That's not very many.
And you guys had less than 100 yards in total offense well into the third quarter.
That's a pretty dominant defense.
Do you think that the defense played well enough at times to have kept you in the game without the mistakes?
I thought the defense obviously played well enough to give us a chance to win. They didn't play well enough for us to win because after the fumble punt and then fumble by DJ, I mean, you can hold those guys. They were already in field goal range, but you can hold them in field goals instead of touchdowns.
And what do you think of the game management of Christian Hackenberg?
He's all right. I don't know what his stats were. We probably threw for 300 because in the first half we gave up about 3 really long plays that he put right on the money. But I'm guessing he was around 50% completion. And I'll bet you the second half doesn't look anything like that.
Another big return by Penny. He's really becoming the guy you can count on to be a weapon, right?
No, I mean, he's good at it. But even if you're good at it, you got to give credit to the other 10 guys. I mean, that was a pretty big scene. Now, he showed his speed. He outran a whole bunch of folks, so he's fast. But I don't think anybody had a chance to lay a hand on him. It didn't look like it to me. He had one late in the game that if he'd run a little bit harder, he might have done it again. But he started stutter stepping, or he might have popped out one too.
looked like injuries at guard. Nico came out.
And Nico was hurt from last week.
Right.
So when the game was in hand, we took him out.
Okay.
And we put Sergio Phillips in it, and I don't know what it is. The ice was on his knee, but I haven't been told what happened, but the ice was on his knee.
So Nico's was more precautionary in some sense?
Yeah, I mean, there was no reason to keep him in there. We gotta get him healthy for next week.
Starting out like this, you've played tough teams. What does this do you think, going into the conference season? Do you feel like you played tough enough for your guys to think, yeah, we're ready for conference?
No, I think that is a concern. I think there's a concern that we don't have the kind of confidence we would like to have going